And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, building EAs for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, and stuff like that. So, in the meantime, let's go ahead and first I want to remind you of a few things. That if you like this video, then by all means hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. And if you want to talk to me directly, then go straight to the comment section and do comments. Fill out a comment and I'll reply to you as soon as I see it. So with that, let's go ahead. Since we're going to be talking about putting money at risk, you need to know about those risks. We need to go ahead and go to the risk disclosure section. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration, although I have held NFA registration in the past. Forex trading carries is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And the CFTC risk disclosure, Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what we're doing today. First, we'll come over here. There we are. Let's take a look at the risk. I blew my challenge yesterday, which was to be expected. I just could not get a bearing on the markets and blew the challenge. I exceeded 6% of maximum total loss, but here we have the April Traders Cup with Audacity Capital, and this is out of London, England. As you can see, it is brand new since it's April 1st, and this is not placed any trades with this yet. There's the platform. There's what it looks like, and that is it says live account, but I don't have access to about 120,000. If I did, well, I don't know. I think I would probably drop it down a little bit, put some of that money somewhere else. But at any rate, maybe not. We'll go ahead and get into what we're working on today, or why not keep everything rolling and see what the markets can bring. I'm going to bring in one more chart before I get away from this. What I'm watching today, as I'm sure everyone else is the Euro, EU, the Euro versus the dollar. That's what it looks like on the 1 minute chart. We don't need 1 minute chart, we need the 4-hour chart. And that looks better. As you can see, it's trying to break through 116. Then after that, the breakthrough is going to be 116.15. After that, it'll be 116.40, and then after that we'll see if it's back off to the races again. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what we're looking at first. Let's go into the riskometer. Oh no, riskometer baby pips is not working. Never seen that before. Oh well. Let's see. Let's come over here and see what on the currency strength meter. The U.S. dollar is way down here, which gives us a great opportunity to trade, as well as the Japanese yen is way down here. They're almost the same. British pound is way up here. Euro is somewhere in the middle. Canadian is right above that. So we'll see what's going on. The Swissy is number one, or it's not. It's the strongest. It's the strongest currency at the time. So we'll go ahead and look at that. In the meantime, let's get into some charts. Here's what we're looking at. We're looking at the DXY, which is a basket of currencies, starting with the EU being the euro versus the dollar being the biggest portion of it, about 57%. So this trades very correlationally, very directly with the or inversely rather. When this goes down, this goes up. When this goes up, this goes down. But the DXY usually usually trades mathematically. It's going to dictate what the euro versus the dollar is, since the DXY is mostly made up of the euro versus the dollar. Mathematically, I don't know how that works. Maybe one day I'll research the equation and check it out. But right now, this is what we've got. The euro versus the Great British Pound is next. See what's going on there. The euro should be it's pulling back a little bit. British Pound is pulling back a little bit, or is getting ahead a little bit on that trade. So we'll see what happens with that. And I got a little piece of this trade yesterday profitably. Pretty happy about that. It whipsawed on me really bad. I thought I was going to end up losing, turning a winning trade into a losing trade, but it whipsawed down really hard yesterday. Then whipsawed back up, so that made me very happy. I bought the dip, so to speak. I don't like that term because it's on a grand scale. You can do it on a minor scale, but on a grand scale, a lot of times it doesn't work out. At least that's been my experience. Euro versus the dollar, testing 116. As you can see, it's got a long way to go before we hit the September 2025. So we could be talking about a turnaround. Could be. Then again, we are running into resistance right here up until 1637. I'm back in at 1615. I think that may not work out too well for me. I may need to readjust that trade because I'm buying into resistance. Not necessarily a good idea, although according to this, 53 is where it is. So we'll probably get a little bit out of it. 10, 20 pips before we need to start taking profits and preparing for the next move, or just hang in there and put on the seatbelt and keep going. It all depends on this trade. Depends on the Iraq War, because when the Iraq War settles down, this is going to drop like a rock. Probably come back down to around here. Maybe not that far, but I'm expecting it to break out of this channel and break down. When, I'm not sure, but I am expecting that, which would send this back up to 119. Dollar versus the yen, big down right now. Not big down, but it's down 230 off the high of 160. 130. Just my math for a minute. So about 130 pips off its high of 160 right there. So we're looking at possible continuation depending on what this candle's going to do right here. If that's a doji, then it could be a turnaround. Oh boy, big city sounds in a small town. If it turns green, could be a turnaround. If it turns red, could be a continuation. So we're at a decision point on the dollar versus the yen right now. We'll see what happens with that. Pound versus the dollar right here. We have staying right in this channel, but it's right into resistance right now at 133. We'll see if it can break out of that 133. Get something a little bit higher, like about 134. Pound versus the yen, big turnaround there. Look at that. That is a turnaround. That's a very bullish engulfing candle. If this maintains, then this will be a turnaround for the pound versus the yen. Might be a chance to get on top of that. About 111 or so, or I mean 211 or so. 211.15, so we're running there. Might be a good place to come in on that one. Might get into that today. Looks attractive. Euro versus the yen right here. Again, looks like a turnaround is brewing. We'll see if it can continue. It's been kind of lackluster compared to the pound versus the yen, but we'll see what happens. What's going on with this as far as RXY? Okay, ATR is medium, and oh yeah, Trading Reviews having an Easter sale. Yay! Happy Easter to everybody. I think we have Easter Sunday coming this week. What have we here? And we have RSI at 52. Not attractive. The average is at 52, and RSI is at 46. That's not very bullish at all. We talked about the euro versus the yen. It's come down to the dollar versus the Canadian. Look at that bouncing off of that trend line. That is a beautiful thing. That is a turnaround candle. That is bouncing off. So we might want to get underneath the dollar versus the Canadian. It's another opportunity to make some money. That's pretty attractive too. It's going to be a long, bumpy trade though, as the dollar versus the Canadian tends to be. Although on the way down, it tends to accelerate pretty quickly. Mean reversion trade happening right here. CAD versus the yen. Trading below here, and it's not oversold, so it wouldn't trigger my application. But it's got one of the attributes hitting, so it might be time to get on top of that. Possible mean reversion trade. Lots of trading opportunities today. Oil's down to 99.84. See if that can come down a little bit more to ease the world inflation fears that are happening right now. Aussie versus dollar. Look at that. It is perking up again. It's a definite reversal. That is a definite mean reversion. Although it wouldn't have triggered my application again because I need 70 and 30 on the RSI as the confirmation of the trade. But that's what mean reversion is all about right there. With the candle closing underneath the 20 pip or the 20 period Bollinger Band with a 2 deviation, and then closing the next candle right above it. That would have been the 5 o'clock yesterday, so we're looking at 69. It's at 69.40 now, and looking like it might be breaking through resistance. Gold. Ooh, look at gold. Gold's taking off again. Right into resistance right now, so I wouldn't get all crazy about it now. But gold is looking pretty good at up 1%. Platinum has not. Let's see if we get convergence with all the rest of the metals, and we do not. Platinum is still trying to figure things out. Palladium, figuring things out. Silver is still trying to figure things out. They're all trying to figure things out, except for gold. Gold is glittering. And here we have the software sector, which is always something that I keep an eye on, just because I'm involved in the software sector, building software and stuff like that. The IGV is up 3%, closed up 3% yesterday. HubSpot up 2.6%. Salesforce just a little bit. Intuit, I'm also an Intuit customer. 432, up just a little bit. GoDaddy perked up a little bit. Adobe, I'm also an Adobe customer and a GoDaddy customer, and that's doing all right. NVIDIA, let's see, doing all right too, up 6%, 5.5% yesterday. And look at that, Upwork someone decided to buy some Upwork stock. And I am a former freelancer on Upwork. I do not accept projects there anymore. However, I did work with them for a good 15 years. So with that, 15 years? How long ago was that? 2010, 2012 to about 11 years. Yes, I called that quits about a year and a half ago. So with that is where we are now with that. I'm going to go back to the DXY so we can focus on this. Let's take a brief look at the US 10. US 10 came down a chunk, is down a lot right now. This is where we decide what the big decision maker on what's going to happen with the DXY is right here is the US 10, and the US 10 is coming down into resistance. I mean, coming down to support, rather. Support's down here, resistance is up here. Yes, I still have to look at my left hand and see which hand makes the L sometimes. So that's what happens when you. That's what happens sometimes. So 4.28, so it's coming down, but for ease inflation fears needs to be under 4. And it would also have to curtail congressional spending, which is not going to happen either. So with that, I wouldn't get real tickled that we're going to have a break in inflation or a disinflationary economy, or even a deflationary economy. Not with the other macro factors taking place the way they are, such as congressional spending. So with that, that's about all I've got for today. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. That's about all I've got for today. That's if you like this video, then by all means hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. And lastly, if you want to talk to me directly, then hit me up in the comments section. Might be fun. We'll chat a little bit and see what happens next. With that, that's all I've got for today. You guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.